Hey, ladies and gents, this your boy Corey Roby, the host of Always Lit Podcast. I want to thank you for actually dropping through. Today, man, we're gonna be doing a actual episode 16, man. Former Sweetie Pie's owner Tim Norman found guilty, man, in the murder of plot man against his nephew, man. Which is tap in, man. All my Always Lit supporters, man, and definitely, man, we're finna go up over this actual. Pretty much storyline right here, man. If you see me actually turning to the side right here, is actually because I'm looking at a second monitor. Okay, if you're not up on Sweetie Pies, man, let me give you a quick synopsis of it. Again, it used to be an actual TV show. You know what I'm saying? Sweetie Pies is actually a TV show, about two entrepreneurs, a mom and a son couple, man, actually doing big things, man, on a actual food side. And what I mean by that, restaurant, and a specialty of food was actually soul food. You know what I'm saying? Definitely from the South. Definitely giving you them good seasonings, man. You know what I'm saying? It's doing no hands off your tongues, man. That hot water cornbread and you know what I'm saying, iced tea and all of that. You know what I'm saying, all that good shit, man, to give you itis and put you to sleep, man. But this ain't about the soul food today, man. This is about Tim Norman, man, actually being found guilty that him and some other, culprits, man, you know what I'm saying, got together, man, and actually, formed a plot, man, against his nephew, man. So we ain't gonna do no speculating. Let's go right into this read right here. Again, if you see me turn to the side, it's because you actually see me reading off a second monitor. Okay. The verdict, and after more than 17 hours of deliberation, and a jury found Tim Norman guilty of all counts relating to his murder for a higher trial, man. I mean, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? That's big in itself right there to get charged with that body, which is your nephew, man. That's, again, when I first heard it, I didn't believe it. But again, you know how that go, man. Yeah, I didn't actually know Tim personally, but they actually got to the bottom of it, man. Okay, as we previously recorded, man, the former Welcome to Sweetie Pie's star was accused of masterminding the murder of his nephew, Andre Montgomery, man, Jr. in 2016. More specifically, federal prosecutors accused Norman of hiring two people to end the nephew's life before taking out a $450,000 life insurance policy on Montgomery, man, just 2 years prior, man. Now let's talk about that one, Tim. Come on now, Tim. Tell me, man. I mean, well, at this point, man, it ain't even accusations, man. You don't been charged for it. You don't been found guilty. So definitely, man, the fat lady has song. You know what I'm saying, and no point intended on that. But yeah, that's what they mean, man. Uh, yeah, it's hell up in Harlem from here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got a certain amount of folks that believe that guess what, you're responsible for your nephew's death. The timelines go together, man. The $450,000 insurance policy took out on him 2 years before he actually came to his demise, man. I mean, yeah, man, it's hard to believe, Tim, that you is his uncle, man, his brother's brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And you responsible for this shit, man. Shout out to Miss Robbie, man. Again, man, for putting all this, actually, the whole restaurant biz together, man, and actually giving Tim an opportunity to even, do what he did, and you see how he did it, man. All I remember is a lot of episodes I would look at, man. Miss Robbie would actually be just, trying to really, man, I mean, again, man, he's a young bull, man, he was getting his feet wet in the restaurant business, actually started doing good in it, and started opening up new restaurants, building them from the ground up and things of that nature, man. So, a lot of money was going out. But on a couple of episodes, man, more than a couple, I don't see where moms was actually trying to reel him back in, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep going out doing these new projects without actually letting me know and tapping me in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, she was the one that actually started it. So of course, when he actually first started, probably as a business partner, he was probably letting her know about everything that was actually going on. But I mean, shit, after he got his feet wet, you know what I'm saying, and got his wings, man, he actually stopped tapping in with moms, you know what I'm saying. He had the green light to pretty much do what he wanted to do, man. He wrote the check, you know what I'm saying. The checks was in his name. The checks was coming in his name, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, Tim was actually doing big boy things, man, you know what I'm saying. You could actually see it on the show. Of course, the show usually, you know what I'm saying, spin you and you know what I'm saying, a lot of trickery on the show. But definitely, man, for him to have Sweetie Pies to be in 4 or 5 different locations, man, definitely they were doing major things, man. But okay, let's get right back into this, where I can't believe it. Again, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it, when they actually told me that Tim was responsible for young Andre actually being murdered, man. Again, if you're not up on Andre as well, man, Andre played on a couple of episodes of Sweetie Pies. That was pretty much the way and the reason why I actually knew who he was when actually they spoke on a nephew, because they got a couple of nephews that actually used to play on the show, you know what I'm saying. I actually thought it was the other one, but it actually turned out to be Andre, man, again, which is Tim's brother, which is Tim's deceased brother, so that's a hell of a, you know what I'm saying, title to get put on you, man. Charged for murder, man, for murdering your deceased brother's son or daughter, man. That shit is crazy, man. You got a black cloud over your head for life about that one right there. Okay, let's get back to this. Story. Prosecutors say Norman paid Cherika Ellis, an exotic dancer, $10,000 to lure his nephew to an area where he was shot. Okay. First and foremost, you already know where the drop came down on you anyway. Where the talking and the snitching started coming in, because of these people that you actually implicated in the actual plot for hire. Of course, not to disrespect the dancers. You know what I'm saying? They do what they need to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So, where was he shot? Okay, we starting over. Okay, he then allegedly paid Trevelyan Anthony, man, $5,000 to shoot his 21-year-old nephew. Now, am I tripping, or does this sound kind of ass backwards? First and foremost, you get an exotic dancer 10 G's to lure your nephew out the house to a location where Trevelyan could actually knock him off at. So you telling me the exotic dancer, you gave her 10 bands, but you only gave the shooter 5? I'm gonna say that again. You gave the exotic dancer 10 to lure him outside, to say 10 words to him and lure him outside, but you gave the guy that's actually responsible for doing it 5,000. And again, man, I just say that to see if that even rings something to you. If it don't ring nothing upstairs, then obviously, man, we ain't got nothing to talk about then, because again, man, anybody knows that the person that's actually doing the most is definitely gonna get the biggest pay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, luring somebody up out of the house, man, because you got you know what I'm saying, a nice body on you, you know what I'm saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking him for giving her the 10, you know what I'm saying. But again, he was definitely supposed to give Trevelyan 10, you know what I'm saying, if not 15, you know what I'm saying. But again, yeah, that's enough for me talking. Let's get into the Sweetie Pies murder. Just listen to this argument, closing argument right here. I have to get that.
Okay. Show Welcome to Sweetie Pies. He's accused of masterminding the death of his nephew, Andre Montgomery Jr. Closing arguments just ended in the last 30 minutes. The prosecutor says the biggest piece of evidence against Norman, the 5 insurance policy applications applied for months before his nephew's murder. We'll have the verdict as soon as it happens.
Let's hear that one more time.
All right, thank you, Travis. Also developing in St. Louis, the jury has the case now in the murder for hire trial of Tim Norman. Norman and his family became known for the reality show Welcome to Sweetie Pies. He's accused of masterminding the death of his nephew, Andre Montgomery Jr. Closing arguments just ended in the last 30 minutes. The prosecutor says the biggest piece of evidence against Norman, the 5 insurance policy applications applied for months before his nephew's murder. We'll have the verdict as soon as it happens. All right, thank you.
Okay. Again, the fat lady has sung, man. You know, the 5 insurance policies that said is pretty much is what they said. What actually led them actually convicting him. You know, I'm gonna say the 5 insurance policies slash the pillow talking and the things that, you know what I'm saying, these other 2 individuals that you brought in actually end up telling somebody else, you know, because if I'm not mistaken, that's what I heard, that, you know, yeah, they were actually up out there pillow talking as well. I guarantee you they had to take the stand on you as well on this case right here, somewhere down the line, you know. Yeah, man, it's a hell of a world up out here, man, you know what I'm saying, when you're running around here taking out 5 and 6 insurance policies on your nephew, and Miss Robbie couldn't have actually knew nothing about this, because that would have been red flag with moms off the top. You know, nigga, I know you don't even like this little nigga ass like that. How the hell, what's so interesting about Andre right now, whereas you want to take 5 insurance policies on him, you know what I'm saying? Put 5 insurance policies on him, you know, that's a red flag. That would have showed greed and something that was going on anyway. So of course he definitely wasn't gonna let moms know about that kind of shit. He wasn't gonna really let nobody know about it, because if anybody of the family heard of that, yeah, they like, man, you not into dude like that, you know what I'm saying? Again, we know that's your nephew, but you don't really get down with dude like that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no love for him like that shit, to be putting no 5 different insurance policies. And why would you put 5 different insurance policies on him? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's again a hell of a equation and what's going on right there. But yeah, let's get right on. Let's ease right on down the line. Okay, in his tearful testimony during the trial, Norman said that he helped support Montgomery financially in the hopes of being a father figure to him. He's always testified that he took out the life insurance policy to help the business of a longtime customer. Okay, you took out the life insurance policy on Andre to what? Father figure. You were a father figure and things of this nature, man. You ain't got no good reason, man, for taking no insurance policies out on your nephew, man. That was something for your moms to do, you know what I'm saying? And if you did take them out on your nephew, man, that was something that your mom was supposed to know even ahead of time. She shouldn't have been surprised about even knowing that down the line you had an insurance policy took out on your nephew, man. That's ludicrous right there, man. So that shit don't sound right, you know. Insurance policies to help the business of a long-time customer. Who is this long-time customer you trying to help out? Okay. Who pleaded guilty conspiracy to commit murder? Oh yeah. So Ribby Yannon, who pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder for hire and wire fraud in the case. Oh yeah, so he had folks that was actually sitting on that stand against him anyway. That's what I was saying. It wasn't just the insurance policies. It was the folks that he actually brought in for hire. You know what I'm saying? That he thought they was gonna keep their mouth closed. You know, again, man, when the fire turn up, you know what I'm saying? You gonna see who actually in it to win it, and who definitely, man, feel like, guess what, you gave them peanuts, man, you know what I'm saying, to do something that's going to jeopardize the rest of their life, man. Tim Norman has been charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire resulting in a default and mail fraud. He's set to be sentenced on December 15th and could be sentenced to up to life in prison, man. Defense attorneys, let me get to this. Defense attorney Michael Leonard said that he and Norman were extremely surprised and disappointed in the outcome of this case right here, adding the Norman plans to appeal the decision. Yeah, I guess so, man. Right about now, that's probably the only thing that you can do. Again, let me know, all my always lit supporters up out there, how y'all feel about this situation about former Sweetie Pie's owner Tim Norman, man, being found guilty, man, for the murder for plot hire, man, of his nephew, man. That story alone, man, sound bananas. You know, straight up bananas, man. When you can actually, yeah, man, you a piece of shit, man, if you up around here plotting and planning on your own family, man, for insurance policies and things of that nature, man. So again, I definitely want to thank all my supporters for definitely joining me today, man, for episode 16. Former Sweetie Pies again owner Tim Norton found guilty. I want to hear y'all input on that right there. Do you feel like they was wrong for convicting him, or do you feel like they would, they hit the nail on the hammer? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did what they were supposed to do, man. Tim was on some foo-foo shit, man. He got in over his head in some kind of way. The lifestyle, I mean, he was the Joneses, you know what I'm saying? So I would say keeping up with the Joneses, but it's always folks up out there with more money that's going to be flexing harder than you. And yeah, man, you up out there doing those big purchases. Next thing you know, man, your head is up underwater and you need to move. I mean, again, that's a far-fetched move right there, again, for you to actually think of putting an insurance policy on your niece or your nephew, and 1 or 2 years later, man, again, man, come up deceased. But those folks, though, he brought in, man, was the ones that definitely sold him definitely out, man. So that's a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, you're going to have to get it the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go about getting it some other way. He could have put his ass on the line and tried to get the money. You know what I'm saying? What about, you know what I'm saying, busting a move for something, you know what I'm saying, and getting up the money for whatever you needed it for, man, and stop doing what you was doing, man. You didn't really have to put no insurance policy, man, on your family, man, and do no shit like that, man. Again, man, right about now, you're being looked at as a piece of shit. Yeah, Tim, you know what I'm saying? And I actually liked it, you on Sweetie Pies, man. Meaning, you understand me, brother, you understand me? You was helping out your mama, you was thriving, you was running the hell up out those soul food restaurants. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to definitely drop by and have a bite to eat, you know what I'm saying, up out of Sweetie Pies. But shit, this came through the old brunch, man. I'm still going to end up making it. Support your mama, man, again, man, you definitely, man. Yeah, it's hell up in Harlem from here. I guess only thing you can do is appeal it at this point right about now. Right now, you finna go through hell and back right about now, man. You was just sitting on top of the world, able to doing anything that you wanted to do. So again, I want to thank you again for dropping through Always Lit Podcast, episode 16. Former Sweetie Pies owner Tim Norman found guilty in a murder or plot hire against his nephew. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Till next video, let's go.